stay inside because they're not ready to live on their own. Inside, they have a yolk sac attached to their stomach that will provide them nourishment for these 30 days. When this sac is gone, they know it's time to pop up because they need food. They pop up and their real life, the real wildlife will start for them. The first 2 years, it's critical because predators are wandering around, are looking for them, rats and cats mostly, right? After 2 years, shell is bigger, they are more acute, more meticulous, they know how to hide inside the shell, so they can do it better. Power Rangers then do pretty much the same here. They collect the eggs, they incubate them over there, they hatch, they keep it 30 days in a dark box, and when they're ready, they put them in this pen. Since they are 0 months till they are 2 years. Because at this age, they are very vulnerable. It's amazing, especially at night, since 6 to 7 p.m. more or less. You can notice, well, we cannot come over because by then it's late, but you can see the rats and cats sneaking through the fences, trying to reach those baby tortoises of them. Yeah, and the rats we have are pretty big, this size. We scratch that cover, that pen, trying to access them. But after 2 years, they no longer need our help. We have a problem then, another problem. Since they were born until that age, they have only met captive life. They don't know how real life is. So they might be ready, they might be strong, they might be big enough, but they don't know how to get food, water, or a shade. And that's something they need to learn in the future. That's the only way they can make it. So after 2 years, the rangers put them outside here in this semi-captive area where they need to display, they need to develop these several survival techniques. In here, they're forced to find water, food, and shade. And as you notice, the corral is not that big. Actually, it's, I will say about 10 for 4 meters, 10 by 4 meters big. That's it. However, they got so curious that it could take about 3 weeks for them to go all over and head back here to this spot. 3 weeks. And it happens pretty much in nature. Once they're born, they get lost in the wild, right? And in islands like Santa Cruz, they will not reach the highlands where all the food is until they are 20 years or 25 years. This is as long as it takes for them to reach those lush, greeny areas over there. Here, 3 weeks only. So 2 to 4 years old, right? At the age of 4, these tortoises are finally ready to go back. They're ready. The park rangers then collect them all and repatriate them to the different islands. But before this happens, they must carry a chip attached to their legs. The preferential, the back legs, which they use to monitor them, to track them in the wild. And thanks to this, we know that until now, 70% of all these repatriated tortoises will make it. They've done it already. Some of them have reached adult size, they are breeding in the wild now, and they are also breeding and laying eggs naturally over there. This program goes together with eradication programs. So in some islands, we no longer have rats, or cats, or dogs, or pigs, or goats. It's good, because they can follow, they can develop as nature orders. But in some others, like Santa Cruz, we still face these problems. So these tortoises are still under the this breeding in captivity program, under this organization, and it works pretty well. In Santa Cruz, we have 3,000 individuals. 3,000. It's a lot, definitely. But we need more. We want more. They're hoping to, in the next 20 years, to reintroduce at least 3,000 more. And with these 6,000, the population will be complete. But this is only Santa Cruz. What happened with the other islands? The other islands, we have 10 species, plus George, who is from Pinta. That will be 11, but there used to be 15. 4 of them now are gone, sadly. We no longer have specimens from that race, from these races. They're gone. They were so severely exploited that when the park finally was open and they decided to work over these tortoises, they found no individuals alive. So 11 behind, we have 10 of them being part of this breeding in captivity program. Some of them have stable populations like Santa Cruz, but some others only a few hundred, 200, 300, that's it. So with them, the program will continue until we finally get a stable population. And that means at least 20 to 30, probably 40 years of continuous work in this breeding in captivity program. We have 3 different breeding centers: Isabela, Santa Cruz, San Cristobal. But this one, it's, I would say, the most famous. Not because of our tortoises, it's because this is the home of these unique giant tortoises. And that's George. George from Pinta Island. He's at the moment, currently, at the World Guinness Book of Records as the rarest living vertebrate on Earth. And I have good news for you. Lately, we've seen George in action. He's doing some work. He's working out in his corral because he's the only one with his own private corral and living with 2 girlfriends currently. So that's where we're heading right now if you have no questions.